I'm like, okay, man, do you want to be a bitch today? Do you want to feel like a little bitch? Do you want to walk around all day knowing that you could, but you didn't?
David Goggins to facet, który słynie z bycia jednym z najbardziej wytrwałych ludzi na świecie. Jest znany ze swoich ekstremalnych wyczynów, takich jak przebiegnięcie ultramaratonu, czy właśnie przetrwanie ekstremalnych treningów Navy Seals. Teraz bardzo ważna kwestia, bo ja ci za chwilę puszczę ten fragment z wywiadu u Joe Rogana. Goggins, zanim stał się właśnie tym symbolem siły i nieustępliwości, no to sobie, on miał przejebane w życiu na początku. Całkowicie przejebane. No same, wiesz, dramaty, porażki, no to zaraz usłyszysz w tym wywiadzie, nie? Co się u niego wydarzyło. Też więcej, całą historię poznasz z jego książki. Nic mnie nie złamie. Polecam ci, zajebista książka, tam jest cała historia Davida Gogginsa. Przeczytaj sobie, bo naprawdę, czytając tę historię, ty już masz taki, że też chcesz być taki nieustępliwy, taki uparty, wytrwały, wiesz. Czytanie tej książki jakby zakorzenia w twoim umyśle właśnie ten charakter Gogginsa, że nic cię po prostu nie złamie, że nieważne jaki problem przydarzy ci się w życiu, nie przestaniesz iść do przodu. Dobra, to puszczam ci ten fragment z wywiadu, tutaj on podaje, wiesz, krótką historię z dzieciństwa. Więcej, wiesz, o jego historii, tak jak ci mówiłem, dowiesz się z jego książki. No, a w dalszych wypowiedziach, które ci tutaj puszczę w tym odcinku, no to tam, wiesz, będzie kontynuacja, o co chodzi w jego mindsetie.
Are that guy now.
Right.
I mean, you genuinely are a legit badass.
Right.
And at one point in time, you were a legit terrified person.
Yes.
So what was the process? Like, how did you step forth?
Well, it's a long process.
Right.
My dad beat the shit out of me when I was growing up. I was the first black baby born in this hospital called Miller Fillmore in Buffalo, New York. My dad owned skating rinks, he owned bars, he ran prostitutes from Canada to Buffalo, New York. My dad was a big time pimp, big time, anything bad about a person, big time hustler. He was American, you know that movie with Denzel Washington? Mm-hmm. He was that, but not that bad.
Right.
You know, he wasn't that big, but that's what it reminds me of. He was that kind of guy. And beat the shit out of me, beat the shit out, out of my mom. There was an incident one time when my mom got knocked out on top of the stairs, and he drug her down the stairs by her hair. And at 6 years old, I'll never forget this. In my mind, I was always afraid. My whole life I was afraid, but I had this fucking voice, this conscience that would always be battling me, saying, hey, you got to get up and do something. I didn't want to do shit. I was just afraid, but that voice would force me to get up. And my dad, I tried to beat him up, whatever, at 6, and I get my ass kicked. So this went on for several years. And I have a big time learning disability because my dad didn't believe in us going to school. So my dad, it was about the business, the skating rink and the bar. So the skating rink opened about 7 o'clock at night. And this is the time I was able to walk. So about 4, 5, 6 years old, 8, 9. And I'd go to the skating rink at 7 o'clock at night. And I worked the skating rink until 10 at night. And then we would scrape the gum off the floors and we cleaned the whole skating rink up. And then my dad had an office. And my brother and myself would sleep in the office. And my mom would go upstairs and work the bar until 3 o'clock in the morning. And then they cleaned the bar up. So after all that shit was done with, going to school rarely happened. So when I went to school, I was all kind of, my learning disability. I had social anxiety. I was just a jacked up kid from living in this tortured home. From the outside looking in, we lived in an all-white neighborhood, and then we would travel to the ghetto of Buffalo, New York, where the skating rink was at. So we worked around mostly blacks, and I lived around mostly whites, but no one knew what was going on in that house on 201 Paradise Road. It's crazy.
Dobra, lecimy dalej. Często Goggins wspomina, że kiedyś był, całkowitą ofiarą, czyli, siedział na dupie i tylko przyjmował ciosy od życia. Wszystkie problemy, czy to zdrowotne, życiowe, wszystko go przytłaczało, nic z tym nie robił, siedział, bał się, był, czekał na pożarcie. No ale w pewnym momencie po prostu pierdolnął pięścią w stół, powiedział, że kurwa już więcej nie zniesie bycia taką pizdą. No i w tamtym momencie zmienił mu się całkowicie mindset, całkowicie mu się zmieniło podejście, przestał się użalać, no i zaczął atakować. Jak jakiś problem się pojawił, to zamiast kurwa ubolewać nad tym problemem, to robił coś z nim, nie? Szedł do przodu, nie siedział, nie płakał, tylko brał sprawę w swoje ręce.
But what I do though, man, is I came up with this thing called perform without purpose. And so many people, they need to have a 5K, a 10K. I need to have a course in front of me. I need to have something in front of me for me to get my fucking ass up and do some shit. And that used to be me. And nowadays, shit, for past 20-some years, I don't need fucking purpose. And people miss out on this, man. The purpose, we're all looking for this golden purpose. Is it this? Is it that? Is it making money? Is it my family? Motherfucker, the purpose is you. We forget that. Every fucking day I wake up and I don't want to do some fucking shit. I'm like, okay, man, do you want to be a bitch today? Do you want to feel like a little bitch? Do you want to walk around all day knowing that you could, but you didn't? So it's perform without purpose. You have to learn how to get up and do shit when you ain't got no fucking 5K, no 10K, nothing. Nothing exists. Your life fucking sucks. You're in the fucking dungeon. But guess what, motherfucker? I'm still going to get it. Because when that time comes, because the time is going to come, when that purpose is there, you'll be ready. But most of us fucking aren't ready because we don't know how to do without having the golden carrot in front of us.
Yeah.
And so you're all fucked. Some great, I have sickle cell. I have all kind of shit. I have all kind of health issues, all kind of, I'm fucked up. So I had a choice to make. And the choice was, growing up, okay, this hurts, that hurts. We can just sit down and do nothing. Or we can see how far we can push the human body. So on that journey, as I started getting more and more into my mind and start realizing that what I'm capable of doing, my mind got stronger. So the pain in my knees, while it sucked, I've been doing it for so long. It was like it became my new norm. Like, okay, my knees hurt, fuck it. Stop, and I call it like stop feeling sorry for yourself, but you sometimes have to ignore your feelings. So when I was young, I used to be a little piece of shit. Like fucking, oh, I'm not good enough. I can't do this. I can't do that. But the second I got my head out of my ass and I realized, man, you can achieve a lot of shit if you get off your ass and you start moving and you start motivating yourself. You start becoming a self-motivator. So I started front-loading. And front-loading is people, man, you've done so much by 47 because I don't know what tomorrow is going to bring me. So my military resume is fat. I fucking did a lot in the military. I did a lot outside the military. I've made money. I've done almost every race out there, hard race in the world. I've broken pull-up records. I've done a lot of shit. So when these bad times come, and also not like only that, like work your ass off so you can enjoy. Yeah, you're taking a shot. You may not live to be old, but what if you do? And you worked your ass off when you were able, and you were able to fucking get up early, able to grind. If you front load it properly, the back half of your fucking life is money. And that's what I did. The second I realized that, man, you are a piece of shit, we got to get going. Because at 47, man, you're not going to be able to do any of this shit. 50, whatever you are. So I front loaded. So all these bad things that have happened to me, I sit back and go, man, how are you handling this so well? Motherfucker, I've done it. I front loaded. I have the money I need. I have the success I need. I have the fucking, the determination, the willpower, and also the pride in myself. So when I wake up every morning, I know who the fuck I am. I front loaded perfectly. So I don't care what's taken from me.